Some days are just crazy here at Legendary Motorcar.
I've wanted a Boss 429 for a long, long time. If we can do something on this car, and we'll certainly talk about the others.
After one lap, I see him pulled off to the side.
Once we stopped the car, opened it all up, see what it was.
Legendary Motorcar started out of a small single-car garage in 1985. I've been through the ups and downs of the collector car market. I've been lucky enough to turn my passion into my business. My team shares that same passion, and together we buy, sell, restore, and race some of the greatest cars on the planet. I'm Peter Klutt, and this is Legendary Motorcar. Some days are just crazy here at Legendary Motorcar. We've got 8 cars to get ready for the Shelby Convention this weekend. The Shelby Convention is the largest annual gathering of Shelbys and Cobras in the world. This event is a huge deal for me. I've got a big customer from Europe coming over just to race his Cobra. I've got a super rare Boss 429 going in the concourse, and I've got 6 other cars for sale and display. I need to make sure we get something sold this weekend, and I really want to make sure our customer does well in the race. I'd really like to see him win the race. My 19-year-old son Gary is home for the summer, and I said, listen, if you want to work here, you're going to get your truck license and you're going to do some of the work.
You know, it's pretty typical of PK to throw me in the deep end head first, but he asked me to drive to New York, and I just got my trucker's license a month ago.
Well, Gary's driving the rig down, and I'm going down with Andre. He's a good customer and friend of mine out of Europe.
So we have Andre over. He flew over from Monaco, and he's going to run the Essex wire car this weekend, the white Cobra out at the Glen.
Watkins Glen is a historic and extremely fast racetrack in the Finger Lakes region of New York State. I'm still a little nervous about Gary driving down with such an expensive load, but there's only one way to learn.
I know the cars are strapped down. Got some serious cars in the back, but I should be okay. I've done this, you know, twice before.
I was really proud of Gary. This was the first time he'd really driven the big rig any distance, and he had an expensive load. I also told him when he gets there, make sure he gets a prime spot.
My dad asked me to get a good parking spot for the weekend. Turns out it was next to Mershon's, one of our competitors in the car business.
When Peter and I met and discussed the project of building a full comp 427 Cobra to compete in the series in Class 6, which is a very competitive class. You compete against GT40s, Lola T70s, that sort of cars.
Well, Andre and I took the Cobra up to Tech. Now, this weekend wasn't just the Shelby Convention, it was also an SVRA weekend. So the Group 6 guys, which Andre would run with, they're pretty aggressive. I wanted to make sure that when we built this car for Andre, it was a good, safe car. Keep in mind, it's a 650 horsepower, 2,300 pound missile. So when we put a guy in like Andre who's aggressive behind the wheel, we want to make sure that if there is an incident, he's going to walk away from it. I just bought back a Boss 429 that we'd restored a few years ago just as a super nice driver for a guy, but the car had since been judged gold at an MCA, so I thought, what the heck, let's put it in the Shelby concourse and see how it makes out there.
The Shelby American Automobile Club was founded 37 years ago by enthusiasts to have fun, get together. Since Shelby American was formed to race cars, racing and running cars on a racetrack are one of the primary focuses we had when we organized the club.
There are 2 car shows that run simultaneously. One is the popular vote, the other show is a concourse, and that's where a team of experts judge the car not only for condition, but for authenticity. At the banquet, there's an opportunity to hear stories from former Shelby employees and racers. It's a great place to get insight on how these cars were really built. Well, the Boss 429 was really just a way for Ford to get their engine homologated. They had to stuff it into a production car. So by 1970, they built only 500 of these cars. If you have a look at the engine bay, you can understand why Carcraft had to slice out the shock towers and just shoehorn that giant monster in there. 375 horsepower, but really it made a huge amount of torque. I mean, it would just roast the tires. All of them were 4-speed cars, all of them had 9 inches behind them. The really cool thing about this car, the fact that it was one of the rarest colors. The Grabber Orange is probably the most desirable of all the Boss 9 colors. We're down at Watkins Glen for the Shelby convention, and not only do we have a Cobra in the vintage race, but we've also got this 1970 Boss 429 entered in the concourse. I knew the judges would crawl this car because it already had won MCA Gold, and usually they want to put their stamp on it. So they were underneath this thing, they were through the car, top and bottom. There was 10 of them around the car for about an hour and a half. They thoroughly went through the car, and they found a couple items here and there, but all in all, they were really impressed with what we had done with it. Considering we built the car a few years back for a customer as a driver and then just tweaked some of the things later, it did really, really well. We were happy with the car. The judges said it would take about an hour and a half to judge the Boss 429, so I headed back to the trailer. On the way, guess who's heckling me? Well, Danny Mershon.
I see Mershon walking up over to the trailer, and I know he's going to give my dad the gears.
Hey, how's it going, brother?
I see you brought some old aluminum cars over here.
Yeah.
Some Shelbys, a little bit of this, everything.
Yeah, you brought some too, huh?
Yeah, we brought some stuff out.
Yeah.
When you ever going to take a ride in an open wheel car? I mean, it's time.
I don't do
20
open
years?
wheel.
No, I've heard that for so long.
You've been trying for a while.
Well, it's time you grow some and get out here with the big boys and play with us, you know, the real cars.
Danny Mershon sells collector cars just like me, and a couple of years ago I was able to scoop a couple of good cars out of his backyard. Ever since then, we've had this little rivalry going.
You take an Indy car out, you know, free gas. Hey, what do you want, Pete? Good Lord, it's time.
Mershon wants to give my dad free gas? That's like giving me free beer and condoms.
You sound like a salesman.
Well,
You're trying to sell one, are you?
Well, I am trying to sell one. You need to buy one, matter of fact. I do have one for sale, so why not?
You're going to be relentless.
Time. You need to get out of here and grow some, and let's get out here and have some fun. Come on. It's time. Come on.
All right, let me suit up.
Okay, let's do
All
it.
right.
I just couldn't let him get away with not getting in the car. I just had to shame him into it, you know. I mean, he's got to grow some balls one of these days.
Nothing like peer pressure at age 50.
You want to find out what a real race car is all about,
I
huh?
guess you're smirking like I'm in for something. Like you know what's
You
coming.
probably grew some balls. Is all
I'm
it
not
is.
sure
Yeah.
if I did yet. I got my big ass through the hole.
Yeah, you're in. You're in. There you go.
Okay, just a standard age pattern.
Yeah, standard age pattern. First being down. After that, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right,
You'll do
strap
fine.
in.
Just
I'd never really driven an open wheel car before, so my primary concern is keep the car out of the guardrail. I don't know if you can teach an old dog new tricks in 3 laps, and Mershon's right. You gotta go hard on those cars before the downforce kicks in. So he knows he's gonna make me look like an idiot. In 3 laps, I'm not gonna get used to the car quick enough. So now he's just gonna bust my chops for the next every event we go to.
you know, after the old man kind of disgraced himself, it was time to put somebody that knew how to drive. So we're going to put Gary in the car because he knows what's going on. He's a little bigger downstairs.
Gary, on the other hand, was a national go-kart champion, so I knew when he got into the car, he'd hold up the family honor.
Driving the Indy Lights car was a lot different than anything I've ever driven. I raced a lot of go-karts, but with the downforce on the Indy car, the faster I went, the better it felt. You know, all day Mershon was, goofing on my dad, saying my dad's slow, I'm fast, my dad has no balls, my balls are huge. I really like that guy.
We're down this weekend at Watkins Glen for the Shelby convention, and the first race is the one that my customer Andre really wants to win. The first race of the day was the Shelby race. It included the GT40s, the Cobras, and the Mustangs.
Well, we got pole with a very good time. I wasn't actually aware that I was going quick, and the gap between myself and the second was quite substantial. So I was out first, leading the field around the track. Pace car came off. I managed to get away really quick, put a couple of yards between myself and the second guy. And then the shifter broke, just beginning of the third lap. Shifting down, the top came off, so I was basically shifting on bare steel, which is not the nicest thing to do for the inside of your hand. But, you know, I managed to get adjusted, so still going quick. And then the GT40 closed in. I tried to fight him for about half an hour, but I had to let it go. Very unfortunate, but racing sometimes brutal. You got ups and downs, and they all can, you know, change from one second to the other. So that was it.
It looked like Andre really had a shot at winning this race. Then the shifter breaks off literally in his hand. 2 laps later, he has a left rear tire puncture. He didn't even finish the race.
We're just sitting eating lunch, and I see my dad's radar pop on. I look up, and there's a guy crawling all over the boss car like he owns it.
And all of a sudden, this guy starts opening the hood on the Boss 9 and thinking, what the heck? This guy's handling this car with confidence like he can afford it. And at 225 grand, you better have deep pockets.
How you doing? You Peter Klutt?
I am too.
Anthony Tenkate.
Anthony, how are we? Finally
good.
meet in person.
We meet.
The Aussie.
I recognize the name Anthony Tenkate. We've sold him a couple of cars over the years, but I've never met him in person.
So what do you think?
This is a stunning car.
This on your list?
I got to say, this belongs in my collection.
I think we can help you out.
No doubt. Well, you've done me some good deals in the past.
Yeah. Car's a great car. I mean, the car just recently won, you know, a national MCA gold.
It is a gold-winning car.
It's a gold-winning car. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess the price has just gone up then?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You've bought a few pros. We can do something.
Well, I guess we should talk.
What else are you looking for?
Well, I'd really love a Shelby GT350.
Uh-huh.
Black, of course.
Yeah. I've got really, really nice Hertz car.
Oh, you do have one? Is it a black and gold?
Black and gold car.
Okay, yeah.
Original motor car. This quality of restoration. Well, if you're ready to kind of do a package deal.
I'd have to rob a bank for that.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I need to check the exchange rate. So I'm guessing this is all original drivetrain.
Yeah. It's got, you know, build sheet. It's got the Lois Eminger paperwork. It's got the Marty paperwork. It's one of the factory 50 Grabber Orange cars.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's the right car.
Yeah. I've wanted a Boss 429 for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And I'm talking years and years.
Yeah.
And Grabber Orange is the colour.
Yeah.
If we can do something on this car, and we'll certainly talk about the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be very happy because I'm impressed.
Have a look underneath this thing. It is stunning. It really is. I know the highlight of the Boss 9 is really the undercarriage. We spent a lot of time when we restored it a couple of years ago. So I know Anthony's got a soft spot for a highly detailed car, and every nut and bolt underneath this car was like brand new.
Very tidy. Very, very clean.
It's a nice piece, huh?
You guys have done a nice job.
Anthony really likes to drive this car, and this car just drives like nails. So I put him in the car. I knew if he drove it, it would be all over.
But I like to put my foot down now. Beautiful.
Nice, huh?
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. We should talk.
Let's go grab a bite and let's do a deal.
All right.
By the time we were done lunch, I'd sold Anthony the 66 Hertz car and the Boss 429. I gave him a smoking deal on both cars. They're his sort of cars, but my bank account was up a couple $100 grand too.
Very happy with the deal that I've reached with Peter. To say that it's a lifelong dream come true, that's an understatement.
After the bad luck Andre had in the first race, this next race is really important to him.
First lap, I see my dad and Andre come around. The next lap, it's only PK. Where the heck is Andre?
It's been a great weekend at the Glen so far. I've sold 2 cars to the Aussie, and Andre and I are about to race each other.
The finishing position in the qualifying race would set the grid for the feature race tomorrow. Well, the next race was the pre-qualifying race, so I got to race Andre. The problem is after one lap, I see him pulled off to the side. And I'll tell you, when we build a car or look after a guy's car, it just makes you sick when you see him parked at the side of the road.
During the qualifying race, I'm standing timing on pit wall. The first lap, I see my dad and Andre come around. The next lap, it's only PK. Where the heck is Andre?
When Andre got back with the car, he was trying to keep his cool, but I could tell he was ticked off.
Jump in there, Gary.
Normally Andre's pretty cool and he's trying to stay calm, but I can tell he's upset. Andre's car is broken and we don't know what the problem is.
Okay, push it. Feel like it's getting fluid? Does it feel like pressure?
No, it feels like it's got pressure, but it's only pressure at the end.
It feels soft.
It feels soft and then harder than usual.
Like butter, yeah. I think into the third lap, I heard some funny noises shifting down and really loud, as if something terribly come loose. First I thought it was a drive shaft that, got cut off. So I stopped the car on the left-hand side and it didn't restart. The whole thing was just blocked. So I was a bit, upset. Everything went well so far, despite a few minor issues, but something in the engine shouldn't be, or transmission shouldn't go wrong. I mean, everything is just as new. So I was a bit upset about that. And once we stopped the car, opened it all up, we see what it was.
Well, we knew it was something in the driveline, so we started by pulling the tranny out. As soon as we got the tranny out, the clutch just fell out in pieces.
Once we stopped the car, opened it all up, we see what it was. The whole clutch had exploded.
Well, ultimately what failed in Andre's car was the disc itself. You can see it just tore itself apart and the rivets got ripped out, so the disc just started ripping apart. Here's a good disc, and you can see there's no cracks in it. Here's the second disc, and on the second disc you can see where the cracks are all starting. And here's the third disc where you can see they've ripped it right through. The pieces have come right out, and ultimately the rivets have let go.
Whoa, is that elbow grease on my dad? That's a rare sighting.
Now the whole idea behind a triple disc clutch is we've got the same amount of friction surface, but we're doing it with 3 different plates and 3 different discs. If you look at a standard clutch, it's 1 disc, 1 pressure plate. Now the advantage to the triple disc is a few things. One, this is super heavy. The triple disc combination probably weighs a quarter of what a regular stock clutch weighs. And what you have is the reciprocating mass in an engine. That's the crankshaft, the pistons, the connecting rods, the flywheel, and the clutch. And all those things are spinning. So the lighter you can make that whole assembly, including the clutch, the faster the motor will spin up. So when you're giving it gas, it'll reach its maximum RPM quicker. And also when you're braking, the motor will spin down equally as fast, which will help. You don't have that momentum of all those big pieces turning. You want as small a flywheel as possible, as small a clutch as possible to keep that mass nice and tight and nice and light. So what we did with Andre's car is we didn't just replace the discs that were damaged, we replaced the entire clutch assembly. You can see it cut into the pedestals, and we didn't want to take a chance on the whole thing coming apart.
It's a good thing we carry a spare clutch. Now it was just a matter of buttoning everything up. We had to install the clutch, the bell housing, and the transmission. Andre's one of those rare customers that dives right in there with us. He's a real racer.
Andre and my dad have been friends for years, so it's great that the car gets fixed and now they get to race each other.
I was supposed to start all the way back because of the mishap yesterday in the qualifying race, where I did not finish, but the race marshals decided to put me up front where I belong time-wise. So I was 4th on the grid today.
During the warm-up lap, while we're scrubbing the tires, I couldn't help but wonder if Andre would be extra cautious at the beginning of this race, especially after the bad luck he had had in the previous 2.
I couldn't believe at the start of the race, Andre must have jumped to start because before the green flag flew, he was by me already. So Andre's right behind me through corner 1. We go up through the S's, and then I lost sight of him after the first lap. I'm thinking, what happened? I hope he didn't break down again.
It wasn't until after the race that Andre told me what had happened. He just couldn't catch a break all weekend.
Just saw you accelerate and said, fuck that, you know, I just shot right after you. Passed everybody, including you, and then you came in nice and smoothly. I said, oh, that's a nice 1-2 finish. But then I saw this black thing coming out. I said, no, they don't mean me, do they? They did. And then they showed the number, 91. I said, 91? That's me! So went in, went out again, respected the speed limit in the pit lane, and then hammered it because I saw these 4 cars and I wanted to enter turn 2, yes, before the 4 cars, and just slid over the yellow line. Got me in for the second time. So after that it was just fun. Just out of
I can't believe Andre, after his first black flag, just blew over the blend line coming out of the pits. 2 black flags in 2 laps, that beats all my records. You know, my dad's got me coming to these weekends to learn about the business, and he's got me doing a lot of work. But it seems like a lot of fun too. I mean, he's selling cars to guys in Australia, racing, getting in Indy cars, got the car at the concourse. This isn't work, this is fun.
Over the course of the weekend, we had a really great time. Andre's a really good friend. I'm glad it worked out for him in the end and he was happy with the weekend. The Boss 9, it did really good in the concourse, but better than that, we sold the car, made a couple of bucks on it. And then Gary, I couldn't be prouder of him. For a 19-year-old kid to jump in that truck and trailer, take all those cars down, look after setting up the entire display and everything. He was around all weekend, he helped wrench on the car. Really proud of the kid.
Ignites the sky, feet on the ground, but I'm ready to fly. Shadows can't hold me, I'm breaking free. This is the rhythm of who I'm meant to be. Feel the pulse, let it take control. Heartbeats racing, it's a thunder roll. Electric fire running through my veins, dancing wild in the pouring rain. Take control, heartbeats racing, it's a